When we open Nor-Review, the first screen we get is the New Project window. From here, I can either select a new project, or I can look in this existing tab for projects that I may have started before. For today, I'm going to be using the New tab, so I need to select the Transfer Measurement from Instrument button. After I've clicked that, what I'll get is a screen that says Nor-Exfer at the top. Here, I then have my instruments, my measurements, and my computer. The My Instruments bit is the first section we need to look at. We need to connect to the instrument that we've plugged in, either through the SD card or via a USB cable. I've plugged mine in via the SD card, and this is the way that we recommend to do it, as it's much quicker this way. If we want to connect to it though, we can either select the little icon at the top with a blue squiggly line, or alternatively we can right click on My Instruments and click Connect. Here, a new window's opened up, and we have to make two selections. First off, what instrument is it that you're using? For most cases, this will be the Nor-140, and that's already selected in mine. We then need to set how we're connecting to it. I've plugged the SD card in, so I need to choose local SD card as it's already written in there. If, however, you've plugged it in via the USB cable, it will be listed under one of these ones, LPT 1, 2, 3 or 4. It depends which USB port you've plugged it into, but you can try each one of them in turn. As I say though, for today we're going to use local and SD card. I then click OK, and it's connected to my instrument. If I want to have a look at the files on here, I can either click on the plus button just here, or I can select it there and they will appear in this main screen. I only have one measurement, and this should be the case for most of your measurements. You may have more, but that's absolutely fine. If I click on it here though, I can't do anything with the file. This is because it's still on the SD card. If I need to move it onto the computer to do and look at all of my measurements, then all I do is I select Nor-140 local and I drag this blue folder over the top of where it says My Measurements. So if I click and drag over the top, it highlights in blue, I let go, and it'll download the file for me. Underneath this, I've now got the same dated folder in reverse order in yellow. This means it's now on the computer. So if I select it here, I can see that I've got the file itself as well as a recordings folder. This recordings folder is really useful if you've got to give the evidence to somebody else. So if, for example, a defense lawyer asks for a copy of all recordings, all you have to do is give them that folder. And to do that, we can drag it into my computer and select the CD or USB stick that you want to download it to. All you do is you drag and drop it straight in there. If I want to have a look at these though, I can double click on the folder and I can see the audio recordings that I've got in there. Because I want to open the file, I'll therefore click back into the dated folder, and it's this section here that I'll need. And all I have to do is drag it from there across into this grey space, and it will open the file for me. If when you've opened it up, the grey space isn't there, there's only a couple of buttons that are lit up at the moment. The one you need is the one that if you hover over the top of it, you'll see it says Show/Hide Workspace window. If you click it once and it is there, it'll disappear, but if I click it again, it appears back there for me. So all I then need to do is click and drag the file over to the side here and let go.